Peace, peace. What's out the door? Welcome to another episode. Staying out the way podcast, man. Getting right to the topic at hand. And what I was thinking about today was just staying out the way. Different ways of interpreting that, different ways of looking at that. I remember years ago, many, many moons ago, uh, one of my highlights, like Al Bundy had scored 4 touchdowns in one game. This is a little bit different. This is on some street. And he was getting cars. He was getting these different cars. And I remember the group that was getting the cars, they wanted to go parade and showboat at different events that was going on. Maybe it was a basketball game or a football game, concert, whatever. They wanted to go as a group, a unit, and show these, like caravan. And me, I'm looking at it like, nah, that's too much spotlight. That's too much shine. I don't want all that. So I follow at a distance. I'm out the way. I'm behind the scenes. Like I got a ride too, but you ain't gonna see me necessarily with them. But technically, I'm with them because we all moving and grooving and we getting to it. And I was thinking about that. I was like, that's one way of staying out the way, man. If you're doing something that you should or should not be doing, you got to be very meticulous in how you maneuver and how you get through. You can't be showboating too much. A lot of people want to showboat and show everybody they get to it. I remember watching the episode of American Gangster and other different type of mob films, gangster films. People getting some money, and then they want to go. First thing they want to do in today's time is go on social media, show people that they got it. That's not it. If you get into it, stay quiet. A lot of times, the quiet times of when you are building is the most can be what you consider to be boring. Whether you rebranding, rebuilding, or you've been building and you get to a point to where it's like you just right there where you know how you at that phase where you need to get a cut, but you need to wait like a couple more days or one more week to get that haircut. This for people that get the haircuts. You know what I'm saying, ladies? Y'all might understand too, depending on when you might need to get your hair done, but you need to wait like another week or so. But it's like right there in that middle fuzzy little stage where it's like, it's still passable, but not necessarily. So you have to like in that intermediate phase, you gotta like just deal with that. To me, that's kind of like how it is when it comes to when you building something, when you structuring something, when you growing in a certain area where and it seemed to get a little bit boring, and you just waiting for time to pass so it can get to that next level, that next stage. That's how it is sometimes. And sometimes when people be getting bored, what they do is they might do something that's stupid that don't make sense. Like, why are you doing that? Like, what you doing, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then it can mess up the whole plan. It can mess up everything because now, since they was bored and they wanted to do something because they feel like nothing is moving, they got to make some type of noise. And now the spotlight is on them a little bit too fast. And now that might mess up their whole plan that they had. What I'm saying is this: you got to be mindful, very mindful of what you're doing, the process that gets boring, the process that doesn't seem fun. You got to get used to staying in that moment, staying in that zone, and allowing that to go through till you get to that next phase, the next stage, the next level. That's more fun. That's a little bit more exciting. You know what I mean? And a lot of times we can't sit with ourselves long enough to just allow it to be like that because we're so used to the chaos. We're so used to noise. We're so used to having things go on around us where when it gets quiet, we don't know what the hell to do. We got to hear some noise. I need some noise going on so I can make sure. everything is cool. In reality, no, that's not it. Learn to just be patient, sit still, continue to make the moves that you're doing, continue your routine, your regimen, your daily get down, continue to do that. You'll see the small victories, the small wins. You'll see things start to manifest itself in smaller ways. You don't always need everything to be a big deal. You don't need to show everybody everything. It don't matter if they talking or not. That's the thing. A lot of times we come up and we feel like we got to show everybody every step of the way. Now, if you're a person that thrives off of that, I'm not talking to you. This ain't for you. This is for the people that's more introverted, that is trying to figure things out or got things figured out, but they rather wait until things manifest itself a little bit further before they reveal whatever they got going on or what they want to present to the world. A lot of times we present things prematurely, and that's just pure peer pressure, pure social media pressure, pure societal pressure, in which we don't have to follow if we're in tune with self. The more you're in tune with yourself, the more you realize, I'm gonna go this way. I ain't gotta go this way. Everybody going that way. That way is hella crowded anyway. Going back to when we was getting them whips, getting them cars. People knew who knew, right? That I was a part of it. The ones that was a part of it, but the people who was a part of it, who wasn't a part of it rather, excuse me, they didn't know. And that was good because I didn't want them to know. I want everybody to know my business, no way. And you shouldn't either. Some people thrive off of that. I think I want to say like the extroverted people, man, who get that energy from being around others. Me, I'm one who my energy comes from being dolo. It's always been that way. There's no change in that. Understand where your energy comes from, where you thrive at, what makes you go. Some people's energy, and I am gonna keep it a buck, is shitting on other people, talking about other people. For some reason, that's what they thrive at. The Wendy Williams, this male Wendy Williams is out here. Everybody talks. I like a little bit of that drama here and there, but majority of the time, I'm not finna have a full day, a full week of caring about somebody else, some TMZ business. I'm not in the business of TMZ. I'm not in the business of the Inquirer. The Inquirer was an old paper, a newspaper that was printed that was at the end of every grocery store, supermarket that people pick up that was just like a gossip paper, right? They don't really have too many of those no more. They probably got it in digital print, probably. I'm not sure. But that's not the way I thrive. If you thrive that way, cool. I mean, we just ain't gonna vibe too much because I don't care too much about talking about people for too long. And I'm not right, I'm not wrong with that. I'm not better, I'm not less. I'm just a nigga who don't care about talking about people too long. Presenting your wins, man, and being grateful for giving good energy to the world. Present them shits, man. Don't hold back, but be ready for them comments, man, that might or might not come. Be ready for them people who you thought support you to not support you, to not look for their comments, to not look for their likes, to not look for their applause. Be ready for that. Be ready to just give your good energy to the world and understand that the people that will receive that may not be able to give you anything in return, but you being a vessel, you being helpful with giving out good energy to the world because you're in a good place. A lot of times people be in a negative place, negative position, and they love venting. So somebody can say something to make them feel better. But when they're in a good position, they just want to be shitting on food. Whatever. When you're in a good position, Give that good energy to the world, even if it's for a day, for a moment, for a week, for a month. However long you feeling good and you're in a good position, and you got that good energy, give that too to the world. The world needs that. There's so much chaos that be going on, so much BS that be going on. Everybody lying, trying to get over, focused on themselves and their own greed and gain. And that's across the world. This ain't no United States type situation. This is everywhere that this stuff is going on. So you got to maneuver accordingly, right? Now, another thing I wanted to touch on too within this game of staying out the way is this. It's like once you start leveling up, you start learning new things. You have to learn the new ways and to maneuver and to stay out the way. Who to deal with, who not to deal with. It's just like anything else. Like coming from your neighborhood and who's who you can say something to, who you better not say nothing to. You know who the killers is. You know who the real ones is. You know who will get it cracking off the top, and you know who won't. You know who the pushovers are. You know who pretending. You know who faking. It's the same way in the game in the business world. Now, a lot of us, people my age for sure, definitely got a lot of experience in this game, in this business world. But at the same time, we still need to communicate, help each other, one another, help the younger people, and help some of the older people to better their thinking, better their way of seeing things, better their way of maneuvering, because it's a must. It's certain things that other cultures naturally do that maybe ours don't. Being in a capitalistic society, we gotta finesse this game heavy, hard, and straight to it, man, and get to the real bread, get into where the real money is at. A lot of times, we be out here and we not getting to what's really going on. We're not really getting to the real bread. There's so many steps that come along with that. It takes time. And now I'm getting back to where it gets boring, where you got to just sit still, put yourself in prison, in jail. That may not be the best analogy, but nigga, do something, because you got to not spin. You got to just be quiet. You gotta really be able to be comfortable to have a lot of nothing going on while time passes for things to manifest itself the way it needs to what you're trying to really get to. This message is not for the most basic of people. This message is for those with entrepreneurial aspirations, ones who are current entrepreneurs, ones who are trying to start a business, a side hustle, trying to get a better job, trying to get to six figures, trying to increase their six figures, that's looking at something that's more than living in their mama basement, staying with their peoples only, living off of others. I'm not talking to y'all. If y'all want to just live off of people, go live off of people. That's what y'all want to do with y'all life. Go live off of whoever that you need to go live off of. Keep begging, borrowing, asking. This is not for you. For those who really want to be more than where they currently are today, or they striving to stay motivated, this is who that's for. I'm for y'all. I'm with y'all. We're in the same boat. And that's why I'm sending this message and this positivity, man, and started this podcast, man. There's different ways of staying out the way. There's so much stuff that goes on a daily basis that we got to continue to dodge these dummies and these idiots that's out here trying to put us in some type of trick bag and trick us off the streets, trick us out of our position. It's like you got to be laser focused, because they're literally watching you to try and trick you. People around you. Be mindful of the people that's around you. They're studying all your moves to find a way to trick you, to get something about you. to help to have you slip up. And it could be some of the it could be some of the people that are applauding the loudest around you, not just the ones that's quiet. You got to watch everything. This is a part of staying out the way. Don't forget the first element of this is staying in it. Staying in it is getting to your bag, getting things done, staying focused, whether it's getting to the gym, getting to an event that you need to go to for your kids, if you have kids, taking care of your parents, taking care of your loved ones, making sure you're on time for work, making sure you're paying your employees, making sure you're going after new contracts, making sure you position yourself to level up in your job. That's staying in it. Staying out the way is ducking these haters, these dirty mackers, these weirdos, these people that want to see you down and want to see you fall because that's how they thrive. These scavengers, these crabs, these lobsters, these whatever these bottom of the barrel fish that y'all think is something. You gotta think about it. People think lobsters, crabs, shrimp is some type of delicacy, and when in reality, that's pretty much the scum of the ocean. And people look at it like, oh man, I can't wait to give me this crab boil. Got me some lobster, got me some shrimp. I got all this stuff that's bottom feeders. You put too much energy into bottom feeders. Be mindful of how much energy you put into these bottom feeders. These people that act like they don't know what you're talking about. Like you're crazy. You gotta think like Einstein and a lot of others. Just Google this stuff. ChatGPT, some of the famous people from the past that was looked at as crazy, deranged, etc. I was seeing something the other day too where certain blacks or African Americans who invented so much stuff, some of them was killed off, and certain whites, Caucasians, Anglo-Saxons took the credit for it. I was just watching that like, dang, that's a go-to. You know what I'm saying? Where people will take credit for not just whites, but people in general. People will take credit for what you build. People will take credit for what you created. People will take credit for the idea you came up with because you freely giving it to them. You thinking these people are on your side, they just might not be. Now I'm not saying go out here and be paranoid. Don't live a life of paranoia. Hood PTSD is real, as PTSD. People who served in the armed forces of the military is what we know primarily have PTSD, but also hood PTSD. People who grew up in certain hoods where there was a lot of violence and traumatic experiences, whether it was with law enforcement, people of their own kind, and whatever other turmoil that came through with that. Listen, at the end of the day, you gotta continue to make a decision daily when you wake up. God gave you some breath today. Make a good decision. Make a better decision. Don't waste it. Continue to build them building blocks. Continue to stay solid with your solids. Be good or be good at it. Hustle with patience. Master your pace. Stay in it and out the way. Real brief though.